Okay, awesome. Welcome back. Since we were just interviewing Tom Katsenes, and his dad happened to be here, we're like, heck, we might as well sit him down in the chair here, throw him in the hot seat, and ask him some heated questions on just from a parent's point of view. You know, getting and tell some the juniors and even other parents some feedback on just like where you've seen Tom go from the beginning to like where he is now and headed to West Point.
Well, having a son, Tom, who's gotten very serious about his play in golf is challenging. So it's challenging at the personality level, it's challenging in the family level, it's challenging on the course.
Yeah.
And so once we understood what he was trying to do and that he was serious about it, and it became very clear very early that he was very serious.
Yeah.
And given that, then we said, okay, what does he need to do? He needs equipment. He's already got the approach in his mind. He's already trying to be as good as he can be. And so the rest of it became adding in some things that are key to becoming elite. And becoming elite is not easy, and it's not very quick. So strength makes a difference.
Yeah.
Strength makes a difference in athletic performance, and that was very clear from his baseball years and very clear from coming in here and seeing.
Yeah.
And so for Tom to get stronger, then it was going to improve his game, because it gives him balance, it gives him ability to perform over time in a 4-hour, 5-hour golf game. And so it was geared to make a difference, and so strength was very important. You add in the component, the second component of intake of diet, and balance that in a very clear, clean, crisp way, then you've got a body that's really operating very well, responding to the training and getting the optimum out of his athletic performance. And we saw all those things in Tom. His training with you, his diet changed, really, it changed his golf game, and it changed his personality.
Yeah.
It changed his personality. He got confidence through his improvement in performance. He got confidence socially. He got confidence in the classroom. He got confidence throughout his entire spectrum of being, and he got healthier. He got stronger and he got healthier. His weight came down and he got stronger, and his performance got better.
Awesome. Another great question I want to ask you is, how do you feel about Tom going to West Point?
I was pretty stunned the first time he came and talked to us about it, and there were two things. It took me about a week to wrap my head around it. I had a pretty strong view of what it was like and what he was setting himself up for. But very quickly, it became very clear that Tom had done his research and he understood what he was putting himself in the middle of.
Right.
That it was not only a cultural thing, a military culture, it was an academic thing, it was a highly elevated sports Division I thing, and it was a performance thing. And it became very clear to us very quickly that he understood all of that, and that he was committed. He was embracing it, and he was committed to doing that in all of those categories. So once he understood it, and once we understood that he understood it, it became real easy for us to say, go for it, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it was kind of like father like son when you think about it, because when he was, he was telling me also the same thing, and then it wasn't, too far along to where we needed to get to the cadet, the whole screening and then tests, and then you came in, so then making sure that we were on the same page, that I was on the same page, given that what he needs, because you were doing, and for him to get these tests done was the big thing, and both you and Lori were like, can he do it? Can he do it? And then, he put it all together, himself, and with the training and the effort, and, you were there too, and giving us all the, it comes in with all the different, I don't know, what was it, like the protocols, you know,
Yeah.
to really make sure that
Yeah.
we're on the right track with all this stuff. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, but in the end, I was just working the edges.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really Tom's work.
Yeah.
This is the work that he did with you.
Right,
So to
right.
get that physical training was critical. But he had a mindset, before he got to that point, he had a mindset that said, I want to be a good golfer. I want to be a very good golfer, and I am going to do what it takes to be a very good golfer.
Yeah.
We never said, Tom, you need to go out and practice this afternoon.
Yeah.
It was more of, I want to go practice now, and the only thing we asked was, when do you think you'll be home?
Yeah.
We never pushed him. It was always him pulling himself out to go practice, and he had a plan almost for every practice that he went out and worked on certain things, not always the same things. And I think that's essential in a junior athlete. The quicker you can get to that point of view, that mindset that says, I want to be good and I'm going to do what it takes to be good,
Yeah.
then you start busting into territory where you've never been before. You start experiencing things that you've never experienced before. Most of those are successes. Some of those are learning experiences, but you start putting the package together.
Absolutely. Awesome. Transitioning to the next question, what advice would you give to parents, to junior, you know, when they're starting off at either 7th, 8th grade and all the way up? Advice would you give to other junior golf parents?
Yeah. We helped Tom experience different sports.
Yeah.
He mainly focused on baseball for several years, a variety of club teams, and refined his skills as a baseball player. And I was frankly very shocked when he came 2 weeks before he started high school. He came and said, I want to quit baseball, I want to play golf. And I kind of swallowed hard. And then he said, I want to go out for the team. And I really swallowed hard. And inside my mind, I said, Tom, you've never played in a round of 18 in your life.
Yeah.
But what I said was, well, let's get 3 coaches and let's go spend some time with them, and you pick out one, and let's turn your baseball golf swing into a golf swing and kind of tune it up. And we watched Tom take that and make it his own. So this is really Tom driven.
Yeah.
And so for any parent, I will say, give them a chance to take a look at other sports, but watch for the ones that they're really interested in, on the way to becoming passionate in. Doesn't matter that they're not good in it, but if there's a passion as a foundation, then the technique can come. The technique can come through training, the technique can come through equipment, the technique can come with continuous playing. But there's a philosophy out there that says, for becoming elite, you got to spend 10,000 hours in training.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that's not true. I think there's an enormous value in what he did, and he spent the years and the hours and the time in training, but it was all Tom driven. So if you have a son or a daughter that experiences a passion, then you want to fan that passion to see how far they can go until they either run out of interest or run out of ability, and then you want to supplement that ability with other techniques, physical training, diet training, equipment training, mental training, to make sure that they can go as far as they can go and that they can go no further. It's an obligation as a parent. You want your kid to be successful. Whatever they're successful in sports, they're going to be successful in other areas of their life. What they learn here, they'll use there. And so success is really challenging for a parent of an athlete or a scholar or any active endeavor on how to keep boosting them without pushing them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, like, kind of like, I guess what you're saying is, like, if you really, like, in the summary, like, if you really just you didn't really push him to go play golf. It was really all of him to really do what he needed to do, you know. And then for the advice with the parents, I mean, you're to be a multi-sport athlete, you know, just not push your kid when they're a junior golfer, when they're really young, to get into other sports, and not like you only gotta, you know, go play, go practice. And so from you as a parent, that was awesome.
I figured out very early that I couldn't push him.
Yeah.
Well, so I did two things, and I'm kind of pulling the curtain back. I did two things. I made suggestions on what I thought he should be doing. I made it as a suggestion instead of a direction.
Yeah.
And then number two, if he wanted to do something that I didn't think was the best use of his time at that moment, I gave him a vision of the consequences. You can do that, but if you do, then you're not going to have time to do that. You won't be able to do this. And these are not, and missing these two and doing that is not the best use of your time or beneficial to you. So I just want you to know your success is a result of your choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I know what choice I'd like to have you make, but you've got two choices, to do this or not to do this and do that. And if you don't do this and do that, then this is what you're going to lose the opportunity or the time to do. You do it, and it'll elevate your performance in some ways if you do these things.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
Absolutely.
And then it takes enormous restraint to let them go do it. Enormous restraint.
Yeah.
I can tell you how many times I bit my tongue.
Yeah, I bet, right?
Yeah, but you know, he was committed.
Yeah.
It was clear he's been committed for 4 years.
Awesome. So outstanding. So, you know, thanks for your time, Mr. Katsenes. And you know, so if you're, you know, a parent out there looking for more information about other parents, you can scroll other videos that are in the whole parent section for helping your kids, you know, getting their junior golf career going in the right direction. So with
Chad, thank you for all that help.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.